Haiti has been hollowed out. It has no functioning parliament. There's not a single democratically elected government official in the entire country. And the appointed acting president took refuge hundreds of kilometers away in Puerto Rico, unable to return home because the airport is under siege.
Haiti's streets have been engulfed in violence for 2 days, with heavy gunfire reported near the international airport.
Planes were damaged, flights canceled. And even if Ariel Henry did find his way back into the country, he'd probably be killed by the gang leader demanding he hand over the keys to the country.
Si Ariel Henry pas démissionné, si communauté internationale là continue à supporter Ariel Henry, y a mené nous directement dans une guerre civile et cap déboucher sur un génocide.
Police stations have been attacked, businesses and schools have been closed, and a prison break saw thousands released from custody into the streets.
Port-au-Prince's streets looked like a war zone, all because one gang leader was fed up with the Haiti government.
We don't have a home to live in, we don't have food to eat. That's what they're shouting.
Many here now fear their country is on the brink of exploding.
Does it feel safe right now?
No.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
The headline that probably caught your attention on this story was about the prison break.
2 major prison breaks.
To mass prison breaks.
There are actually 2 of them. This blue and white building is the Prison Civile de la Croix des Bouquets. It's a high-security prison where local human rights groups say about 1,400 inmates were being held. According to government figures, more than 1,000 escaped. But at a much bigger prison, Haiti's National Penitentiary, in the capital, Port-au-Prince, 3,700 inmates broke free. That's almost all of them. Heavily armed gangs carried out a massive, coordinated attack, wanting to free the prisoners at all costs, the government says.
Their whereabouts are unclear, but rumors and some indications are showing that some of them are hiding downtown in gangster hubs, and others have fled out in the country.
What was left? A prison eerily empty. No guards in sight. Plastic furniture and clothing strewn across the concrete patio. Haiti declared a state of emergency and imposed a curfew on its people. The fear that gang members and escaped prisoners wouldn't stop there, that they wanted vengeance against judges, lawyers, police.
Residents in Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince, woke up to loud blasts and gunshots. A wave of panic swept through Haitians as they scrambled to save their lives.
The U.S. advised citizens to leave the country. Canada temporarily closed its embassy.
The situation is really deteriorating by the day since these 5 days of attacks by the gangs against state institutions. If they continue to coordinate and to mount these coordinated attacks in the capital, they could seize the remaining territories that they don't control in the capital.
Part of what has made Haitian police powerless to keep criminal gangs in check is how well armed they have become. So this nearly 50-page report last year from the UN, it's a real eye-opener into how illicit weapons get smuggled in from the United States. Mainly, they're from Florida. Handguns, AK-47s, AR-15s, sniper rifles, even belt-fed machine guns. They're hidden inside consumer products, electronic equipment, garment linings, frozen food items, or even the hulls of freighters. According to one report, these weapons have completely transformed the ecosystem of violence. And it means Haitian police are simply outgunned.
Well, the Haitian National Police Force is not equipped. It does not have the intervention material required. No drones, no armored vehicles with battering rams, to knock down barricades set up by gangs. They have no protective equipment for a special intervention and population protection brigade that should have at least 1,000 police officers equipped with shields and ballistic helmets, weapons and ammunition adapted, to gangs that are very well trained in the use of weapons.
One of the most influential gang leaders in the country is this man, Jimmy Cherizier. also known as barbecue.
I ask all the gangs to mobilize, take to the streets.
He's a former police officer, now leading a kind of gang federation, several gangs that have joined forces and have been perpetuating these attacks. And what do these gangs want?
I think that maybe we're witnessing a turning point in the dynamics of gang violence in Haiti, as rival gangs who until now had been fighting each other for the control of the capital appear to be joining forces to bring the Haitian government to its knees.
If it's true that Haiti's gangs have only gotten stronger over time, it is equally true that the government has gotten weaker.
Haiti is already a failed state.
We do know that corruption is endemic in this country.
This criminal regime is unacceptable to us Haitians.
That dynamic where you have large swaths of the population that have been totally abandoned by the state produces exactly this kind of violence, exactly this kind of instability, and exactly this kind of sort of political instability specifically.
Where is the elected president now? Dead.
Haiti's President Jovenel Moïse has been assassinated at his home in Port-au-Prince.
Colombian mercenaries, paid by whom unknown, broke into the home of Jovenel Moïse late at night.
Unverified video shows the early morning chaos unfolding in the street.
They beat him severely before riddling his body with bullets. He apparently tried to call police. None arrived in time. Of the 6 bodyguards on duty that night, Haitian police say 2 were in on the assassination. The other 4 didn't put up a fight. That was in 2021.
Now, over 2 weeks since that assassination, and after days of political uncertainty, Ariel Henry is officially the head of government.
Ariel Henry, the prime minister, took up the job, but he's widely seen as illegitimate, failing to deliver the elections he promised years ago. Most recently, a week ago, he's tried to pacify his critics, saying, okay, elections by August of next year, 2025. But shortly after that announcement, the complete collapse of civil society that I've just outlined for you.
Everything is disrupted. There's no work is not functioning normally. There's no school. Banks are closed. You can barely go to your supermarket.
Their inability to live, right, and to just go about their daily life has been extraordinary.
Like I said at the start, Haiti is, in an important way, currently a country without a leader. Henry left last week to Kenya to secure an agreement to have that country send police officers to Haiti, a desperate play to restore order.
Yesterday, Kenyan President William Ruto said he met with Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry and that they discussed the way forward in fast-tracking the deployment of Kenyan policemen in Haiti.
Kenya has previously signaled a willingness to send up to 1,000 officers, but this latest deal, there are no hard numbers that I know of, no firm deployment date either. And more broadly, there is a great international reluctance to get too deeply embroiled in what is very literally a war zone. Some world leaders have called for Henry to resign, which he refuses to do. The United States says merely that he should put some sort of transition in motion, an election, as soon as possible. But
an election does not make a democracy, right? And I think the lesson from Haiti's recent history illustrates that quite clearly.
Restoring order seems a long way off. And as usual, it's the people of Haiti, stuck in the middle with nowhere to turn.